Hi lovely reception children, it's Miss Swan here, ready for some maths with you. Okay, so this week we have a new math topic. So we are going to be learning about a different type of measure. This measure is called height. Okay, can you say that? Height. Height. Lovely. So height is a measure of how tall something is. It might be an object, a thing, or it could be somebody like a person. Okay, can you show me the action? So we're going to say height. Height. Height just means how tall. Okay, can you say that? How tall? We'll start with our star words. We have got measure. Remember, my turn, your turn. Height. And for that one, we go like this. Height. Tall. Short. Taller. Shorter. Shortest. Tallest. And the two that we're going to be focusing on today are tall and short. Fantastic. Don't worry about the others for now. We'll do them as we progress throughout the week, okay, so as time goes on. So we are going to be having two key questions today. So our important questions, we are going to be thinking about how can we describe the height of an object, so how tall something is, okay, going up this way. And then once we've got that, okay, done by looking, we're going to think about how tall something is, okay, so a way we can measure it, okay, lovely. So we are going to start, first of all, very important when we're talking about height, that we're only looking at objects that are vertical, okay, so like this, okay, so height, okay, height, do it with me, height, how tall, show me, lovely, okay, so objects have to be this way round, not this way round. This is length, this is something else. Okay, so we're talking about height, how tall. Now, when we're looking at an object or a thing, we want to be able to describe that object or a thing. Okay, so we're just going to look at one object at a time and we're going to decide what is the best way to describe it. So would we say that the object was short, or would we say that the object is tall? Okay, now we're talking about how high something is. So we're looking at an object and we're looking from the base, from the bottom, all the way to the top of that object. Okay, so if it was an object or a thing, from the base, the bottom to the top, or if it was a person or an animal, you might be thinking from the feet to the head. Okay, so I've got a few objects from my house. I'm going to show you, I'm going to talk about them with you. Okay, so the first one that I want to show you is my rubber. Okay, so I'm going to put my rubber in front of me. Okay, make sure you can see it. Now, my rubber, I'm going to decide, would the rubber be short or tall? I'm going to have a think. Okay, the rubber is short. Now, I always want to use my full sentences, even in maths. Okay, the rubber is short. Lovely, so that means you join in. Now, I can tell that the rubber is short because when I'm looking at it, standing up vertically, when I look from the base to the top, I can see that actually there's not very much of that object. It doesn't go up very high, it's not very tall, okay? So I can just tell by looking that the rubber is short, okay? The rubber is short. If I look at something else, if I get, my broom, now, you can already see that I'm having trouble showing you from my phone, from my recording. Okay, I wonder why that could be. Would it be that this is a good word? Would it be that it's short or it's tall? Have a little think. What do you think? Let me just hold it up so you can see. So it almost touches the ceiling when I do it like that. So I'm going to put the bottom or the base of the object on the floor. Okay, I'm just going to hold it up. Okay, so this is my broom from my house. So I would describe my broom as tall. So I would say the broom is tall. The broom is tall. Lovely. So I know that because my object, my thing, it takes up quite a lot of space. So when I look from the floor, from the base to the top, it goes up quite high, it's quite tall. Okay, so I just can tell by looking, okay? And you probably know these words already, which is fantastic. So it's all about using a full sentence, and now we'll start to explain things like how we know. I also had to think about animals. I thought if I thought of a short animal and I had to go at drawing some pictures because it's always good to think about things, but I like to show them as well. So I thought, if we have a look here, so height, making sure that it goes from the bottom, the base, to the top, okay. I had a little think about a sweet little guinea pig. Now, guinea pig, if I had to describe it as tall or short, I would say it's short. The guinea pig is short. So it's only got this little bit here. It doesn't come up very high. It's not very tall, so I can say it's short. Now, if I look over here, I have got a giraffe. I tried my best drawing my giraffe, okay. Now, this one, I know that it's got all the way at the bottom, it's got its feet, and then all the way to the top, it's got this really tall bit here. And the giraffe is tall, okay? So say the giraffe is tall. And I know because it comes up quite high, okay? I can tell by looking that the giraffe is tall, okay? So by looking, we can tell straight away, okay? Now, another thing we can do is when we're looking at objects, so the first thing we want to do is use our eyes to look. So we're measuring by looking, we're just looking at an object, a person or a thing, and we say, would we describe it as tall or short? Okay, then we use it in a full sentence. Okay, that's fantastic. We can tell by looking with a lot of things. But if we want to make our explanations, our thinking even better, even deeper, we want to think how tall something is. Okay, so that's our question now. How tall? How tall? So I'm going to look, and I'm going to use something different to show you. I'm going to look at a highlighter. So this is my pen. I'm going to put it up like this, because remember, when we're doing height, we need to make sure our things are standing up. Okay, so they need to be vertical like this. Okay, can't be like this, or we're not measuring height, we're measuring something else. So it must be up like this. Okay, this is height. Okay, remember we did our action. Can you say that? Height. Lovely. Now I'm looking at my object, and first of all I'm going to decide, do I think the object is short or do I think the object is tall? Okay, now I'm looking and it doesn't come very high up. I'm just looking at one object at a time, and the highlighter is short. Okay, it doesn't come very high up. Okay, so I say the highlighter is short. Now, to extend my thinking, to make it even better, I want to know how tall that object is. Now, in year one, okay, when you start to get a bit older, you might use something like this. This is a ruler. This is called a standard unit of measure, okay? But in reception, we don't use these yet, okay? So we're not going to be using a ruler. We are going to be using something called non-standard measure, non-standard. Now, what's great about this is you can use things in your home. So you want something that you can stack, that you can make a tower with. Now, I had to think about... Now, I don't actually have any of this in my home, so I made a picture. So I've done a tower of Lego. Okay, so imagine these are my Lego pieces. Okay, so what you can do is you can make a tower, so you can stack up your pieces and put it next to your object to work out how tall it is. So you can count how many objects tall it is. Okay, so I want to know how tall is my pen. So I've made my tower of Lego. You might have cubes, you might have Lego, Duplo, building blocks, anything like that you can use. I'm just using Lego. And I'm going to count how many blocks it takes to get from the base of the object to the top. Okay. Now when I do my counting, it's important that I'm counting at the top of each block. Okay, so I'm going to hold my tower. Okay, you'll see that it comes right to the top. So I'm going to hold it. Let me see if I can show you. And I'm going to count. Hold it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So make sure that you're counting at the top of each block. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I counted 11 blocks. So I can say the pen is 11 blocks tall. That's my full sentence. Can you say that? The pen is 11 blocks tall. The pen is 11 blocks tall. Fantastic. So my challenge for you today is, can you go on a search in your house and find something that is short? It might be a pen like me, it could be a rubber, it could be something different. And then can you find something tall? Could be a broom like me, or it could be a person, could be someone in your house that's quite tall. Okay, so I want you to find different things and decide, are they tall or are they short? So you're thinking with using your eyes, you're looking and describing the object. So find something and decide, is it short or is it tall? And then I want you to have a go at measuring it. Okay, so using our non-standard unit of measure, I would like you to make a tower and count so you can work out how tall your object is. Okay, so I chose my pen. And then what you would do is you would keep stacking. Okay, I couldn't stack because I didn't have real Lego. I just used my paper and stack them up until you reach the top of the object. So from the base, the bottom to the top, and then count how tall the object is. Okay, so I looked at my object, I found my pen, I described the height of my pen. So I decided the pen is short. And then I want to know, how tall is it? Okay, how many cubes will come up to it? So I counted them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 cubes. So I said the pen is 11 cubes tall. Okay, so you're going to go and find some objects and measure how tall they are. Fantastic. Well done, superstars. Bye.